We can all agree that both learners and teachers are using the internet to find content for their classroom and information for their assignments. Now that the learning environment expands beyond the physical school building, we must prepare to meet our learners' needs and become globally minded educators. I bring you an adventurous tale of 3 teachers and their journey through the vast educational professional networks. Our story begins. Once upon a time, there was Professor Blackbeard. Professor Blackbeard taught elementary school social studies in America. He wanted to find some new resources for instruction. He was planning for a lesson about world geography, and his students were sick of learning from the same old book day after day. He thought about sailing to distant lands to ask other educators in foreign countries how they would teach the lesson. But this would take a lot of time, and the lesson was due in 2 days. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a little monkey appeared and told him a secret. He did not need to sail hundreds of miles to meet new colleagues. He did not even have to start one single Google search. The monkey said,
"By using a personal learning network, you can efficiently find multiple sources in your interest area. Personal learning networks, or PLNs, allow you to personalize your own learning. They can be professional or personal. You can, first, gather new resources for the classroom. Second, learn new information. Third, keep up to date and current with new technology trends."
Blackbeard asked the monkey,
"How will I create such a thing?"
The monkey said,
You can use many different social media sites, but some examples are Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and NetVibes.
Professor Blackbeard thought this was an awesome idea. He liked using Pinterest already to research new pirate fashions, so he chose to use the site he was most comfortable with. He logged into his Pinterest account, clicked on the Categories menu, and chose Education. He searched World Geography in the search box. Immediately, hundreds of links or pins appeared about world geography. Soon, he found a useful lesson pinned by Professor Hook, who was teaching and designing instructional content in Taiwan. He repinned the lesson to his own board and began following Professor Hook to keep current with all of Hook's new pins.
What a treasure the PLN is.
Professor Hook, Blackbeard's newest network contact, was an instructional designer for a private company that created social studies content for many age groups. He needed to be up to date with new teaching strategies, new social studies content, and various educational goals in many places. To research all of these items, it would take a lot of time. Instead of searching for each item at singular news and educational strategy sources, Professor Hook uses NetVibes to generate RSS feeds in his preferred content area.
With his NetVibes dashboard, he can see what conversations in social media are happening about social studies education, what news is being generated, and what content is the current buzz.
Avast! With NetVibes, me not be needing to spend all me time online researching. The right news and conversations come to me smartly.
Smartly means quick in pirate speak.
When I log into my account, I can add widgets to my dashboard that help me translate, get news I care about, and more. I can also track conversations me want to read on Twitter or Facebook.
As you can tell, Hook loves to use NetVibes because it makes his job easier. It connects him with multiple people, applications, and news sources that he finds interesting and helpful. One of his latest contacts was Captain Jack. Hook wanted to research how instructors were teaching orienteering. He went to his Twitter feed search and typed in orienteering instruction. This led him to a conversation by Captain Jack, a survival skills teacher in Australia. Captain Jack posted tweets about the orienteering exercises he uses with his students. Captain Hook began following Captain Jack on Twitter, and they soon became close professional colleagues.
Arr, avast, mateys! I tweet all the time, especially when I'm exploring around the island with students. I also post my tweets to my Facebook page. That is where I get my best ideas from the social studies, exploration, and survivalist education groups. I have thousands of pirate buckos that share with me on group pages.
To expand on what Captain Jack is talking about, Facebook is another popular and effective PLN resource. With Facebook, you can find and maintain professional relationships, establish relative groups to your interest area, and post and share useful content you have found. The connectivism of these online PLN tools is key to their usefulness. Notice that all of these pirate professors are connected to each other.
Don't forget the time they save!
That's right, Monkey. They do save a lot of their personal time in their own professional development. So, this brings us to the end of our tale. Each of the 3 pirate professors lead interesting, efficient, and productive educational careers because they use their PLN for professional development. Whether you are a pre-service teacher looking for teaching strategies or coursework advice, or a teacher already in the classroom, you may establish and maintain a PLN.